Do Plants Produce Oxygen by Aryan and Rishav. The purpose of this lab is to prove whether or not plants produce oxygen. Though we cannot see through the naked eye that plants perform photosynthesis, we can figure this out by conducting an experiment using a candle. Our experiment consists of placing a lit candle next to a plant inside an airtight jar. Since oxygen is one of the three components required for a fire to burn, we will not allow any extra oxygen to enter the jar. If the fire in the jar with the plant goes out before or after the jar without a plant, we will be able to determine whether plants produce oxygen. There are three necessary elements of fire, which are heat, fuel, and oxygen. The equation for fire is heat plus fuel plus oxygen equals fire. But if oxygen was taken away from the equation, there will not be a fire. The plant will be a replacement as an oxygen source. Plants produce oxygen through the process called photosynthesis. If this is true, the candle in the jar with the plant should last longer than the candle without. If plants can produce oxygen using photosynthesis, then the same process should occur in the jar as well, and produce oxygen. We believe that the fire from the candle with a plant will last longer than the candle without. This is a little bit about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis occurs when a plant uses carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight to make oxygen and glucose. In this experiment, the carbon dioxide will be produced by the fire, the water is from the moistured soil, and any light source can act as sunlight. The materials you will need to conduct this experiment are as follows: 2 same-size glass jars, 2 same-size tea light candles, 1 healthy living plant, a timer, a light source, and matches or lighter. These are all the materials laid out. First, acquire all the materials needed for this experiment. Second, place the 2 candles on a flat surface apart from each other. Third, place the plant beside one of the candles. Fourth, light both candles with the lighter or match. Fifth, have your timer ready. Sixth, place 1 glass jar over the candle by itself and the other one on top of both candle and plant simultaneously. Seventh, right when you have placed the jars, start the timer. Eighth, record when each candle blows out and which jar it was in. Ninth, repeat this experiment 3 times for the best results. If you have followed the procedure correctly, your experiment layout should look something like this. The candle without a plant went out at 1 minute and 15 seconds. The candle with the plant went out at 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Here is a chart with all 3 of our tries. As you may have noticed, in each try, the candle without a plant went out first, followed by the candle with a plant. This experiment has proven to us that plants do produce oxygen. As previously stated, fire requires oxygen for it to burn. The only sources of oxygen in the jar were the oxygen it started off with and the oxygen from the plant. The jar without a plant used up all the oxygen in the jar, and since there was none left, it burned out. But the jar with a plant in it continued to produce oxygen. The reason the fire did not last on forever is that the fire uses more oxygen than the plant can produce. This would depend on the size and type of plant you choose to use. In conclusion, the events of both photosynthesis and cellular respiration came into play in this experiment. These events helped prove our original hypothesis that plants do produce oxygen, which is now proven correct. Due to this fact, this concludes our video. And remember to always be safe around fire. Thank you for watching.